Hello students, welcome to the class of VB.NET. Today we are going to discuss about .NET, that what is .NET, then we'll discuss about the VB.NET. So in the session we are going to discuss about its introduction, why it is needed, how it is evolved, what are the different versions of .NET, what is .NET framework, its components, characteristics, advantages and disadvantages. After learning these things, we are able to know that when should we use .NET or when to use .NET for the software development. So let's have a discussion on the .NET. So the .NET is a framework which is a software development platform that was introduced by Microsoft in the late 1990 under the Network Generation Windows Services, that is NGWS. Its first beta version was released in 2000, and on 13th February 2002, Microsoft launched the first version of the .NET framework, and this version is referred to as the .NET Framework 1.0. It's a popular free platform currently used for a lot of different types of applications as it provides the programming environment for most software development phases. It best suits businesses that look for a wide range of features like web-based services, desktop software, mobile-based applications, and cloud infrastructure support. The framework contains a large number of class libraries, which is known as Framework Class Library, that is FCL, and it also contains the software programs written in .NET which are executed in the execution environment. This execution environment is called Common Language Runtime, that is CLR. Both FCL and CLR are the core and essential parts of the .NET framework, and CLR is also termed as the heart of the .NET framework. So now let's have a discuss why do .NET. Why .NET? So as we know, .NET is a framework and it provides you a platform to develop an application. Either it is Windows based, desktop based, web based, mobile based, cloud based, or any networking based. So due to this, it it supports different features such as managed code, platform potential, language neutral, and many more features, which makes .NET compatible to all the type of application development. So now let's see what is managed code. Managed code is a type of code that is executed under the control of .NET framework. Code that can be managed by the .NET framework is known as intermediate language-based code. These codes are independent of the CPU instruction. So, as here the term comes managed code, there is also a term unmanaged code. Unmanaged code depends on the CPU instruction. It contains CPU specific instruction produced by assembly language mnemonics or a traditional compiler such as C++ or Delphi. So, .NET supports the managed code features which help application to be run on any platform using .NET framework. Now, the next is platform potential. As we know, intermediate language is generic, but this language is not tied to any particular CPU or hardware platform. Therefore, we can say that this makes .NET platform potential, because platform potential means the application which you have developed can be executable on any platform with on any platform except on the base of any CPU architecture or hardware. So we can say that .NET supports the platform potentiality. Next comes the language neutral. Language neutral means that whatever language you have used to develop your application can be acceptable by the .NET framework for the execution. .NET brings all the language together through its CLR and CTS. The CLR and CTS allows all the languages to use assemblies produced by other language as if they were produced by the same language. There is no more awkward translation of parameter types, calling conventions, or naming conventions. Now, C# users can use all code produced by Delphi programmers. Visual Basic users can use all codes produced by C# developers and any combinations of language. This makes .NET Framework language neutral. So these are the important features due to which we can choose the .NET for the application development. Now the term comes evolution of .NET. The .NET evolution takes place day by day, year by year. And as in 1990s it was introduced, and in 2000 the first beta version was released. In 2002 the .NET Framework 1.0 was released with C# support, and on November 2020 the .NET 5.0 was released. So here you can see how .NET version get updated and evolve year by year. Here in the diagram, you can able to see different evolution of .NET version by date. The first version 1.0 was evolved on 13th February 2002. Then 2.0 came on 22nd January 2006. Then 3.0 came on 21st November 2006. 3.5 was introduced on 19th November 2007. 4.0 was introduced on 29th September 2008. Next 4.5 comes on 15th August 2012. 4.5.1 introduced on 17th October 2013. 4.5.2 introduced on 5th May 2014. 4.6 was evolved on 12th November 2014. 4.6.1 was evolved on 30th October 2015. The next comes 4.6.2 on 30th March 2016. 4.7 was introduced on 5th April 2017. 4.7.1 was introduced on 17th October 2017. And 4.7.2 was introduced on 30th April 2018. The latest version was 4.8 on 18th April 2019, and now the version 5.0 is also introduced on November 2020. So, with the evolution of each and every version, the .NET Framework features get updated. In the next slide, we are going to discuss what are the major features that was introduced in each and every versions. So, here, the the table shows you the clear view of .NET version with its CLI version and development tool with different Windows operating system support. Please have a look on this. As .NET version 1.0 uses CLI version 1.0 on the development platform Visual Studio .NET with support of Windows operating system XP and SP1. 1.1 uses CLI version 1.1 and it develops on Visual Studio .NET 2003 with Service Pack 2 and Service Pack 3 support. From the .NET version 2.0 to 3.5, it uses CLI version 2.0 with different development tools, Visual Studio 2005, 2008, and Expression Plane. These .NET versions supports the Windows XP features as well as Windows Vista, Windows 7, 8, 8.1, and 10. And .NET version onwards from 4.0 onwards supports all the CLI version with the feature CLI version 4 and having Visual Studio 10, 12, 13, 15, 17 with update, and it supports all the Windows operating system including 7, 8, 8.1, 10 version with different features. So in the diagram you can able to see the .NET version with the CLI versions. Now we will discuss each and every features which was introduced with different .NET Framework versions. The first version of .NET Framework is known as 1.0 and it supports CLR version 1.0 with Service Pack 1 XP. The next was introduced on .NET Framework 1.1, which supports the CLR version 1.1 and C# version 1.2. Initially, the .NET Framework was introduced with C# language, and later on, all the languages get involved, integrated in the framework. The major features was ASP.NET and Redu.NET updates, side-by-side execution, secure coding guideline, and information about application deployment. .NET Framework 2.0 comes with the new features including 64-bit platform support, authenticated stream, console class addition, data protection APIs, debugger display attributes, input-output enhancement, .NET Framework remoting, manifest-based activation, web services, detecting changes in network connectivity, processing HTTP requests within applications, and many more with the network features. It uses CLR version 2.0 and C# version 2.0. .NET Framework 3.0 was also evolved with the C# version 3.0 and CLR version 2.0. It introduces the major features including WCF, WPF, Windows Form, and card space. WCF is mainly focused to develop the web services. Windows Presentation Foundation, that is WPF, is mainly used to develop the GUI-based applications. Windows Form and card space is also used for the Windows-based applications. The .NET Framework 3.5 uses C# version 3.0 and CLR version 2.0. It updated new features of ASP.NET which have support to the AJAX-enabled websites linked to dynamic data collections, input, output, and pipes, which gives the features of parallel computing, parallel programming, and many more. .NET Framework 4.0 uses C# version 4.0 and CLR version 4. In this framework, the base class gets expanded, the dynamic language runtime gets updated, and the concept of parallel computing gets added with this version. .NET Framework 4.5 supports Windows stored applications. It also gets supported the features of WPF, WCF, WF, ASP.NET with updates. It includes the features of key symmetric encryption, SHA-2 hashing, increased clarity for the inputs to the ECDF key derivation routines using some cryptographic algorithms. The next .NET Framework 4.5 comes with CLR version 4.0 and C# version 5.0. It included some of the major features with some more updates on support for Windows Phone Store apps, automatic binding redirection, performance and debugging enhancement, asynchronous programming, caller info attributes, and loop variable closure. These again gets updated in the version .NET Framework 4.5.2 with C# version 5.0 and CLR version 4.0. Both the .NET Framework 4.5.1 and 4.5.2 uses same C# and CLR version with some enhanced features in 4.5.2 including ETW and stress logging improvement, system DPI resizing in Windows Form control, and new APIs for transactional system. .NET Framework 4.6. It includes C# version 6.0 and CLR version 4.0. It includes the major features such as compilation using .NET Native, ASP.NET Core 5 was introduced, event tracing improvements was done. It supports for the page ending, task-based API for asynchronous response flushing, as well as different enhancement to HDPI improvements, SSL support, sending messages using different HTTP connections, and many more, which are get updated for the network-related programming. .NET Framework 4.6.1. It also gets updated with C# version 6.0 and CLR version 4.0. In this, the spell checking improvements in WPF was added, as well as it supports encryption technique for hardware protected keys in ADO.NET. In .NET Framework 4.6.2, the cryptographic enhancement is made and it increased the clarity for the inputs to ECDF key derivation routines, which was introduced in .NET Framework 4.5. Now, the .NET Framework architecture. The .NET Framework is a framework which contains different components, and the main objective of this framework is to develop an application that can run on the Windows platform. The current version of the .NET framework is 4.8. Somewhere .NET framework 5.0 is also gets introduced, which was introduced in November 2020. The CLR and FCL are the main components of .NET framework. Except these: data and XML classes, web services, ASP.NET, web forms, Windows forms, VB, C++, C Sharp, JavaScript, Fortran, Perl, common language specification, common type systems. These are different components of .NET framework, which we will study later. So thank you for the session. In the next session, we are going to discuss each and every components of .NET framework.